This is the Main Event Podcast. I want to welcome y'all to another episode of the Main Event Podcast. Where we bring you nothing but the best inside and outside of boxing. I'm one of your hosts, Towan Butler. To my immediate left over here, we got none other than the Minister Michael Risper.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm doing good. How you doing?
Man, you know, I'm chilling, man. Ready to get back to work, man. Excited. We took some time off. Last couple times was my fault, you feel me? But I'm here to make up for it. And we going to do what we got to do. But before we jump into this next subject you've been dying to talk about.
You know it.
This is the Main Event Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube. We are at the Barber Company, 7320 South Rainbow, Suite 111. Come get a fade. They in here working right now, literally. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time we never did it live on set while we got barbers
if you hear
working.
Some clippers, some air blowing, if you hear all that, that's part of the show.
If you hear the razors dry shaving somebody's neck, you know that's what's going on over there. You know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and dive in, Mike, to why we doing this, man. Because finally, I know you happy, my brother.
Yes, sir.
You seen the boy they crown pound for pound the best get his tail beat down.
That's right.
Last weekend.
That's right.
We talking about Teofimo Lopez.
Teofimo Lopez.
I can't even say the homie first. I can't even say the homie first name, but I'm gonna say his last name, Lomachenko.
He put hands.
Oh, you was happy to see that.
Yes.
Now, as a man of the Lord, how is you happy to see somebody get beat down?
Well, you know, that's a whole nother subject, but we're gonna start with this subject.
Okay, I just wanted to know. You ain't never supposed to be happy. What don't you like about Lomachenko before we get into the fight?
Now, let me be clear. It ain't that I don't like Lomachenko.
No, brother. You don't like Lomachenko.
It ain't that
We've been bad-mouthing. No, hold on. You've been bad-mouthing Lomachenko since we started
for quite some time now.
Podcast.
Yep, quite some time now.
All right. Go ahead.
I have a good reason. Lomachenko, don't get me wrong, he's a great fighter. Great fighter.
Great or good?
He's a great fighter. Great. But he is not the greatest. Okay. That's the difference. See, you can be a great fighter, but you don't have to be crowned the greatest.
Okay.
The difference between the greatest and great is when you the greatest, then you the standard of boxing.
Okay.
But when you ain't the standard, then you ain't the greatest.
Right. Well, there ain't too many standards of boxing running around here.
Well, think about it. Every time, you know, you get some young upstart that's doing real good, who do they compare him to?
They try to go to Floyd.
That's the standard at this time.
But he ain't fighting no more.
But he's the standard. That means he's done enough in the sport of boxing that you become what's called the standard. Okay. Now you sitting in what's called the greatest status.
Right. So now we know what Lomachenko ain't.
Yeah, he's not the greatest. And the problem I had is when you crown somebody the greatest that have not done enough in the sport of boxing, you give them a title too soon.
Right.
And that was my issue with him. Now, I enjoy watching the fight.
Right.
I enjoy, how, all his quickness and his angles and the things that he do in the ring. I enjoy that.
Right.
But what I don't enjoy when you got other fighters that have done more and accomplished more in the sport of boxing, you take him from the bottom of the line and put him in the top.
Well, you can't really, Lomachenko, he didn't come from the bottom. The boy won damn near 2-3 gold medals. So he didn't come from out of nowhere. They just crowned him too fast.
Listen. This is my take. Now, y'all welcome to disagree, but I'm going to tell you anyway.
Disagree with this man.
No. My thing is this. In order for him to become a 2-time gold medalist, that means while you are pro or could be a pro and fighting pros, you still fighting amateurs. You got 8 years to get those 2 medals.
Right.
During those 8 years, you could have become a pro and fight pro fighters, but you decided to fight amateur fighters. So now I give you credit for winning, but I don't give you credit to become the greatest when you only fought less than 15 fights. I can't do that. Now, I give it to you. That's a high accomplishment. 2 gold medals is a high accomplishment. But
it's hard to get one.
But think about it. You got other fighters that went pro and decided to fight pro fighters and came up through the ranks and still undefeated. I can't just put you ahead of him because you decided to fight amateurs while he's fighting pros. Yeah, but I can't do that.
In his third pro fight, he went in there with Gary Russell and put
hands
why? On him.
You know why? Because he had a promoter that gave him an opportunity that other fighters would have never gotten. It ain't that he was just that much greater. It's just that he got an opportunity that other great fighters did not get early in their career.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Here on the Main Event Podcast, make sure you like and subscribe all the time. I can agree with that. I really can. I like Lomachenko, but I knew, I knew you've been waiting for his downfall since we started this because they crowned him too early.
Well,
because they crowned him too early. It's okay.
Don't make it sound so evil against him. But
that's all the videos.
It ain't that I just been waiting. It's just that I didn't buy into.
You ain't buying into the hype.
I just didn't buy into the hype. That's all.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna take us back. We're gonna go back. I say Saturday, the day of the fight.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We had a couple people stop by the barber company. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, indeed.
Should I leave his name out?
Yeah, right
or
now.
Should I say his name?
No.
Leave his name out. Well, the big homie came through. One of my big homies came through.
I'm going to tell you this.
He looked me in my eye.
I will let you determine whether you reveal the name or not.
The big homie looked me in my eye and he said, T-Man, I thought you knew something about boxing.
Yeah.
When I told him I liked the Lopez.
Yeah.
Now we talking about $1 million brother in the sport of boxing who make power moves.
Oh, yeah.
He looked me dead in my eye and said, I thought you knew something about boxing. You ain't betting no. Don't go bet on no Lomachenko.
He said.
He told me. Even before I'm going to say this person's name, I called Antonio. My big homie. I called him right before I called you when I seen the look at Teofimo eyes on TV.
Yeah.
I called Antonio. I said, hey, bro, I got $100 left to my name. Somebody told me to put it on Lopez. Should I do it? He said, don't you do that dumb shit. That's what he told me. Plain as day. I said, bro, you sure? I got 100. I'm trying to triple it. He was like, don't you go waste your money. They know what they doing.
But T. Now,
I'm just saying.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Right.
When we got to work on Saturday, what did I tell you to do? I told you that Lopez was going to win. Did I not?
And you told me why.
And I told you why.
And at first, I liked it, Lomachenko. But then I will say this because Mike Risper does know his stuff on the Main Event Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe. I came in that morning. I say, Mike, I don't know, man. I kind of think, I like Lopez, but I don't know. And you told me, nah, he gonna win because I'm gonna tell you why. I said, why, Mike? You go, because Lomachenko ain't a natural 135 pounder. He coming up smaller. So he about to fight a guy who naturally this weight and bigger. So he ain't gonna be scared, and that's gonna be the difference. Now the big homie told me that Lopez ain't fought nobody. He fought Clotty, and that was supposed to be. That wasn't big enough to sell my big homie.
Right.
He was like,
not
man,
at all.
That still ain't nothing. Who is Chromie? Not Clotty, Chromie. I think it was Chromie. Sorry if I messed up his name. But, you know what I'm saying?
He said, for sure, he didn't fight anybody.
Yeah, he said he ain't fight nobody. So how this man gonna compare to Lomachenko? He even stood up and showed you Teofimo flaws.
Yeah.
He showed you what was gonna cause Teofimo to get whooped.
Yeah.
And Teofimo came out just like that and pressed the fight.
But see,
the whole time.
Here's the thing. This is what I believe made the difference in the fight. I think Lomachenko knew that Lopez has power. Everybody know he has power.
Yeah, for sure.
That's not a secret. But what they don't know is that he, as quick as he was, and he knew how to box, they thought he was just going to come in there and brawl him and try to, look for the knockout. That's probably why it took Lomachenko so many rounds to adjust to him. See, because you got to think about Lomachenko, he can adjust to your style in fight.
Right.
But I think it took him a while longer because he came out with a game plan that he didn't plan for.
I don't think it took longer. I think he was trying to let Lopez get tired and try to capitalize on the homie in the later rounds, thinking he wasn't experienced enough to go swimming in the deep water.
Yeah, that true. But when you getting hit with a jab that hurts, and he going to the body,
they throw your game off.
Throw your game way off because now you can't take those risks that you normally take because if you miss and he punish you, it's a whole different thing.
So my next question to you is Lomo done?
No way. No. Listen, Lomo is still a great fighter. He just don't have that greatest title. See, a lot of people put him in a category where he shouldn't have never been. That's the problem. He's a great fighter, and he's not done. He just now have to go back to the drawing board, come back and fight, because no one that he's fought has took away his strength.
Right.
No one that he fought took away his ability to use his angles. For the first time, somebody took away his greatest strength.
Everything. That's really Floyd Mayweather-esque, ain't it? Ain't that what Floyd do? He take what you do good away from you, and you all fight.
That's right. But he's no Floyd.
No. There's nobody that's Floyd walking around.
But the thing about it is, I got a high respect for Lopez because he stuck to his game plan. Even when Loma was coming on strong in the later rounds, he didn't get rattled. You know what I mean? He kept his composure. And in the rounds that he lost, he still, when Loma messed up, or he still countered him. He still punished him. So that way he had to think. He couldn't. Cause normally when you see Lomo, he showboating, he making little signs, doing everything.
Dancing,
he jumping, dancing
trying to
around.
be cute.
This
all the ballet classes
right.
he took.
This wasn't no dancing moment for him.
It wasn't no dancing moment for the young homie.
Yeah.
But I mean, I give him credit where credit is due. He probably nobody probably wanted to go up and fight Lopez. That was probably the only fight Bob had to offer him, because he can't go outside of top rank confinement. But now that he done been not like, I'm gonna look at it. I like Lomo. I didn't want to see him lose like you did, right? I mean, I'm a fan of him only because I'm a fan of the sport. But I was pulling for Teofimo. But you told me, T, you don't condone betting at all. But when I told you I might not bet, you was like, T, nah, I ain't gonna never tell you what to bet. I ain't with the betting. But don't do what you was gonna do. Basically, that's what you told me.
He said,
none of these $1 million people
I'm gonna
change your
change,
mind.
man. I'm gonna take my money. I said, don't do that.
Yeah, you said don't do that.
Yeah.
That's why I called Antonio. I said, hey man, I got 100. I'm about to put it on Lopez. He said, don't you do that. Don't you do that, nephew. I said, come on, man. He about to dog this boy. Nah. They got it set up already. Yeah. Lomachenko gonna take this one. You feel me? I even I ain't gonna say that. I almost put too much out on the Main Event podcast. You won't catch me slipping, baby. But now that fight's done and over with, and we can crown Lopez, there's only one belt left out there that Lopez need to go snatch up in that weight class. And the young homie by the name of Devin Haney got that belt. So now that we done seen Lomachenko go off to the wayside because of Lopez, give me Mike Risper's main event look at Teofimo Lopez versus Devin Haney after he whooped Gamboa.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Because he gonna whoop Gamboa. I can say that now. He gonna beat Gamboa. Gamboa gonna test him sure.
I'd rather talk about it after he do it.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say
because the thing about it is you never want to look ahead. Not that I'm a trainer, I'm in this corner, but I'm a Devin Haney fan.
Yeah, me too.
And
what up, Dev?
And I don't want him to get sidetracked and start thinking about Lopez when he still got.
Oh, he was sidetracked already. He was tweeting and making posts on Instagram all fight, talking about him and Lopez for 2021, him and this, him and that. So he was already looking ahead of the fight. You feel me? So you may not want to look ahead for him, but he was looking ahead the whole fight.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I trolled him while he was trolling the fight.
Yeah. but when that fight do happen, that's gonna be a really, really good matchup.
I can't wait to see it. It probably won't happen until like 2021. Maybe the end of 2021, because Devin is with he over there with DAZN and Eddie Hearn. I mean, he got his own promotion company, but he locked up with Eddie Hearn. That's how he got DAZN.
But don't Eddie and is it Bob Arum that Lopez under?
Yeah.
Don't they do business together?
I mean, they will.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not. I think personally, it ain't Al Heyman. So it might make the business a little better, a little easier to do. You know what I mean? But I think I definitely think Devin Haney gonna rise to the occasion. Though I do think he'll outbox Teofimo. I do think he'll outbox Teofimo.
But here's the thing, though. When it come down, I will say this: when it come down to them two, it's about ring generalship.
Right.
It's about who make the best adjustments to whatever.
The time for me.
So that's
on the iPad.
That's what it boils down to. Who makes the best adjustments in the fight.
Right.
If you can't make no adjustments, then you're gonna lose a fight because no one's gonna come in the same way that you've always seen.
Right. Well, we talked about adjustments last time when Vasiliy was here.
Yeah.
You was like, if he make adjustments, I don't think it's hard to adjust to a pure boxer. I think Lopez, he wasn't scared because deep down he knew that Lomo couldn't hit him with something that was gonna hurt him.
Yeah.
I think he could take anything Lomo had to offer, and Lomo hit him with some good shots.
Sure enough.
But he didn't go nowhere, and he was still ready to fight.
Well,
but I don't think he could. I don't think he'll be able to take them same shots from Devin Haney.
Exactly. You know why? Because Devin Haney is
naturally bigger. Right.
Bigger.
That's why I say that.
And you know, when you weigh in at one weight, a lot of these fighters hydrate so many more pounds.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
And so it makes a big difference when you get in the ring and this person hydrated 10 more pounds than you did.
Right.
So now, you naturally fighting a bigger fighter that have heavier hands, that is quick and can adjust.
Right.
So now, he's in deep water in the beginning. By the time he adjusts to him, it was just too late.
All right, now since we touched up on that fight on the Main Event Podcast, make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube as we continue to bring you nothing but the best inside and outside the sport of boxing. I want to bring up one more fight to the homie because we done talked about Teofimo and we done talked about Lomachenko and we done let the world know how Mike Risper felt about Lomo prior and after.
Yes.
So we do know that. But let me bring this fight because it's been in social media and you even said something about it earlier and it pissed me off. But I kept my cool till we turned the cameras on. But now I can talk about it. You had the nerve to ask me what I thought about Earl Spence fighting Canelo. Hold on. Earl Spence fighting King Canelo. That's what I'm going to call the boy. Right? So I'm going to tell you how, Earl, I love you. I love you to death, brother. You the best in the welterweight division. Well, you and Terrence. Until y'all fight, I'm going to have to flip a coin. But my brother, I love you. We got mutual homies, so we always going to be homies. But Canelo, chill, Earl. I know you want the bread. You feel me? But don't go up 3 weight classes, brother, and fight this. I know you daring to be great. And you want to get the money, but that's Nello.
Well, T, let's cut through the chase, man. Let's get down to
really business.
Brass tacks. Canelo's been running from the Charlo brothers.
He ain't been running.
I doubt that he will even take a fight from Earl.
No, first of all,
Canelo is not going. He don't want that smoke.
No. First of all,
I'm
riding for Canelo. That's my boy. Ever since Floyd retired, he's the king of the ring. Ever since Floyd retired. But
he don't want that smoke.
First of all, he done fought everybody they put in front of him. So for him to run from a fighter, I don't think so. He fought Triple G twice when everybody was scared. He fought, come on, man. You know everybody he's fought.
There are some twins,
but that ain't
by the last name.
You know how the business go. Al Heyman
there are some twins.
Right, but Al Heyman ain't gonna let them get whooped because he ain't got nothing with Canelo. He's not gonna put them in there to fight Canelo, knowing Canelo gonna put paws on them. Either twin you put in there with Canelo
will not win.
Yes, he would. Canelo will dog them twins both on the same night.
No,
that's what Nello, I'm riding with you, man. This is the Main Event Podcast. I'm riding till the wheels fall off, Nello. Ain't nobody beating you.
It's not
Canelo.
happening.
You took the only loss that you took in your career. You will retire with 1 loss on your record. Period.
I'm glad you feel that way.
I feel
because that
every
is
bit
not
of that
the
way.
Truth.
I'm
Just
telling
like I was excited when I was proven right when it came to Lomo, I'm gonna be just as excited when I'm proven right when it comes to Canelo.
Nah, none of them Charlos fought nothing remotely close to what Canelo brings to the table. Neither one of them.
All I'm gonna say is this: take the fight.
But it ain't up to Charlo or Canelo. We know that. One with Al Heyman, one with Oscar De La Hoya. Won't none of that happen until Canelo becomes his own boss.
Well, he needed to become his own boss.
But you can't knock him.
But
for not fighting. Look who he's fought.
But you did bring up a good point. A lot of fans don't understand the business of boxing.
Right, it's the business.
And I come from a fan point of view. Let's make the fight happen.
Right.
Let's stop dancing around with the fans want to see.
Right.
But
I agree.
But on the business side, you can hit that. The business side says what?
The business side said, if I'm Al Heyman, I'm not putting Charlo in there with Canelo because I can't make no money off Canelo once Canelo whooped Charlo. And vice versa. Oscar De La Hoya.
Yeah.
Oscar De La Hoya don't want to take that opportunity
Right.
just in case. He loses to Charlo, then his cash cow looks this big.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So it'll happen once Canelo become free, but that's not going to happen for a long time because he signed for 10 fights with DAZN and he only gave him 3. He got 7 more fights to go. That could be 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
Because he's only fighting twice a year.
Listen, it's 2 contracts that's out there that need to be broken. One, Canelo. That contract need to be ripped up, broken, and Terrence Crawford.
I knew you was going
Terrence
there.
Crawford.
Yeah, I agree.
His contract need to be thrown away so he can get free.
But he re-signed.
No. That was, to me, that was a mistake on his part. He should have looked for other avenues.
I agree.
Because now he can move up.
Right.
Or he can stand there and wait until they want to feed him fighters.
If he locked in contract, man, he can't do nothing but chill anyway. So whatever he gonna do, he better take it with a grain of salt and just work until that paperwork expires.
Until it's over.
That's the only thing he can do.
I don't even look at this Kell Brooks fight as
Nah, he gonna dog Kell Brooks, man. Kell Brooks been washed up. Triple G did him. Earl did him. He's a name. That's why we should have got A-Side Promotions, Austin Trout, to fight Terrence Crawford. Yep. Y'all go get Kell Brooks, who been knocked out and stopped. How many times? Not a lot, but Earl stopped him.
But he had both eye
him.
Sockets.
Right.
Damage.
So why would you put a fighter in there with the elite of the best? He got one good eye. You gonna put him in there with Terrence Crawford to keep Terrence Crawford unbeaten. I get it. It's about business. You gotta find a name and go over there and fight them so they'll sell out or get a lot of pay-per-views because of that name. Right. So I get it. But Austin, A-Side, no doubt Trout should have got that fight. 100%.
Right.
It ain't a fighter in the game that done push these top fighters to the brinks. He ain't never been stopped. Well, Jared Hurd got the homie, but other than all the upper echelon of every division Trout done been in, he fought the best and lost by decision.
That's right.
With him coming down to 47, he wants the biggest and best fights out there. He already proved he can stay in there.
He called Terrence Crawford out.
And I called him out for him too. Yeah. We over here trying to make it happen, but they overlook
Austin. And actually, that is I must say it like that's a better resume fight.
Yeah.
Because one of the complaints about Crawford is he ain't fought nobody. At least at
that's because Top Rank ain't got nobody.
And that's been a complaint.
Yeah.
But if he fought Austin Trout, that's fighting somebody.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Now it's gonna do one or two things.
I mean, Kell Brooks is somebody, but he's more of a name than actually can push him to the limit.
Right. If he fought Austin Trout, that will expose him or that will catapult him.
Right.
One of the two.
And I hope it exposes him because we over here at A-Side Promotions is looking for that big opportunity to let everybody know that Austin No Doubt Trout does mean business at 147 pounds. Period, point blank. And on that note, Mike, I feel like this was the quickest episode we ever done, right? But we just had to come in and give y'all our take on the big fight that happened. Because to me, that was the biggest fight we've had since coronavirus. Now, we do got Tank coming up, Tank in Santa Cruz. That's up there too.
Yeah.
So now we starting to get good fights. Everything else has just been, let's pacify them with this, put some fights on TV, make them happy. But now, I mean, with that, they got to come on with it. Fans or no fans, we starting to get matchups we need to see.
Let's get it going.
So on that note, this is the Main Event Podcast. I'm Towan Butler. This is Mike Risper. We at the Barber Company, 7320 South Rainbow, Suite 111. Come get a fade. The Main Event Podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube all the time. And Lomo, you took your L. A true champion can take an L and bounce back. The best person to say that is Floyd. He never took an L, so I don't know what he bounced back from, but just listen to him and bounce back. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Lopez, you did your thing, my brother.
Thing.
Hopefully we can get you down here on the Main Event podcast and really, what'd you say?
And to the fans, we want to hear your feedback.
Yeah.
You know, give us some comments. Talk to us. Let us know.
Talk to us.
You know, how we doing, how you like the new set. If there's something we can do to improve,
yeah.
We want to hear from you. We want to start adding you in to our main event conversations. If you got something that, you know, you think we should talk about, you know, write in, tell us.
Yeah.
You know, talk to us, you know.
Email us at themainevent702@gmail.com. We taking all ideas. We taking all conversations. Whatever y'all want to see on the Main Event podcast, as long as it got something to do with boxing, we going to give it to you, man, because we love the sport, the business side, the fan side, and hopefully everything we do here at the Main Event podcast will continue to push the boxing culture forward. And that's what we try to do all the time. So to sign off, I'm Towan Butler.
Mike Risper.
Hey, follow us on Instagram, the Main Event 702. Follow me on Instagram, RHP_LV. Follow Mike Risper on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
M.Risper55.
55. Keep it live, baby. We got to do what we got to do. Thank y'all for tuning in on this episode right here. We at the Barber Company, baby. We see y'all next week.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
and we out. Use all this for the B-roll. We did it. What they want to do.
Yeah. That's it.
Yes, sir. Oh, damn. I didn't even know that failed.
Yeah.
Where's the, okay. Woo. There go the other one.